Is it chemistry or is it alchemy? With so many outlets at our disposal to create and distribute music, making an album isn't the hard part. It's creating a project that breaks through the clutter and makes an impact on the culture. So how do you make an album? Better yet, how do you make a great album? Some of the best masterminds in music are here to debate just that. Today, our collection of visionaries will break down the formula for making an album. In addition, they'll share incredible insight from the projects to which they've contributed themselves. This is Complex Conversations. New God Flow, how to make a rap album in 2018 with your host, Wayno.
Yeah, but how's everybody doing today?
Chilling.
Yeah, man.
Well, I just got back in from, we was up in Boston. I had a show. We celebrating the 25th year anniversary of Wu-Tang.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's so, amazing, man. Yeah, man. So today, in today's rap game, like making an album, a lot of people always want to know what's the point. You got a lot of these younger kids who don't really emphasize on substance. They just doing a lot of singles, etc. Like, how do we differentiate the two? From you working on like Travis and all of that and taking time to build them out. I got to see that. Of course, No I.D. We know a lot of the work that you've done and just taking time to put into the craft. And Raekwon, everybody knows you for classic stuff. So how do we, what's that conversation like?
I'm older, so I remember the time where we didn't try and make classic albums. We tried to make good shit. It's storytelling. At the end of the day, like you can make a movie or you can make a franchise.
I like what you said about a movie, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of like how I try to like approach every album. Like, what kind of film are we gonna make? Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you think about music, it's just stories. You know what I mean? Just narratives. And I like to think about like an artist's career almost like a TV show. You know what I mean? Your first mixtape, your first joint, that's like your pilot. And your first album's like season 1. Then you don't gotta repeat that in season 1 because they kind of know it. So season 2, you can add new characters and new coasts. And as far as you go, people could be into a TV show for a long time.
So when you're making an album, are you thinking about how it's gonna be received from a commercial standpoint today, or is it just pure creativity, or how you feeling?
For me, it's always pure creativity. When I was making that album, it was my debut to the whole music business. I study a lot of great music. I listen to all genres of music, from soul music to, hip hop to reggae. Like, I watch the best do their thing. So when I had an opportunity to come in and do what I do, it was more like, you better be on their level, and you better do what it is that they expect from you, far as your great ones that you watched, and also to give it to my people so they know that I'm doing it for real. Make sure the people know that, this is where he came from with it. This is his expression, So like you said, it is a movie. When you making albums, they should be movies to you. They should be, episodes of your life. And I think the key to just making great music is just not putting so much pressure on yourself. Just get in there and just be great and take that time to really focus. Come on, when you sit there and you look at some of the greats, Marvin Gaye and, Gladys Knight and all them, they was singing from the heart. Right. So I'm rhyming from the heart.
Right.
It was never about, if everybody's gonna get it. That's why I called it Only, because I didn't think everybody would understand it.
I got you.
That's why I said Only. It was just, at that time. But then as I realized that people really seen the sketch of my life and they really say, yo, you know what, I can relate to that, Ray. Cool, that's what I wanted, So I think every artist should always just come from the gut with it, any artist will tell you, you're supposed to say what's on your mind first.
Right. Is it cool to sit on something if you know it's heat, or does it have its like own timing?
I don't know if I really think about anything like that. I just create. You got pop culture and fine culture. I always been I want to make fine culture. I want to make the China. I don't want to make the Tupperware. But the Tupperware is going to sell more.
Right.
I think a lot of the problem, a lot of music today is too much about timing. Like, I want to drop an album when my birthday hits. You know what I mean? I want to drop an album because it's a holiday. I want to drop an album because it's Halloween. That's stupid reasons to drop albums. You know what I'm saying? You want to drop an album because it's perfect. You want to drop an album because you've been working on it. You want to drop an album because I've been timing it, you know? To the point where like the new generation don't really want to call it an album no more. Now it's a mixtape, now it's a project, but that kind of takes the pressure off when you don't call it an album. You know what I mean? It's kind of like an artist trick that they do.
Absolutely. And today, like, anybody could basically pick up, like, you buy an LLC, get a computer, set up a SoundCloud, Spotify, etc. Does technology help us? Does it hurt us in a way where now everybody can just do it?
I think technology is awesome because you could work on your album up to a couple hours before it come out. You can't do that back in the day. Like when you finish like Common's album, you know what I'm saying, or Kanye's album, like that was it, right? Like how much time you had? You know, you can't make any more changes after it's on CD, right? Drake finished his verse for Sickamore at 2 a.m. and the album came out at 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's insane.
That's crazy.
I think the technology is destroying the value of collaboration. You know, I always say like Michael Jackson needed Quincy to do the record with him. If he had Pro Tools,
Right.
wouldn't have, he'd have been like Michael
different.
Jackson, man.
It would have been different.
Yeah, he'd have been like, "You, what I need you for? I'm in the room dancing,
Right.
singing. I'm gonna put it out."
Right.
Everything has to have a balance. You know, technology is cool because it may be a dope motherfucker out there that he may not even know how to go about getting to that level to be successful, but he may be just the one. You know, everybody feel like, yo, to get a record deal, I gotta go to New York City. Some people may not have money to get to New York. It costs money to come up to the city. But now you have this technology that could help you be heard and seen. Now, if it helps you, then that's a blessing.
You know, a lot of those people who just come up and drop a song, get hot, and in 2019, that's like crazy to me. Every time the ball drop, there's like a whole generation of artists that you forget about forever. That's why an album is so important. You know what I mean? Because you gotta prove to people that you belong. You gotta prove to somebody, like you got a body of work that I can live my life with. I remember Dave Free from TDE.
Yeah, it's my guy.
He gave me, he played me Isaiah Rashad's album one day, because it had dropped the same day as Birds. And he gave me a real gem that day. He said, you know why we stick around sick? He's like, because a lot of people just make music for the club. We make music for people to live their lives to. You know what I'm saying? To drive to work. You know what I mean? To clean their house. You know what I mean? Like, you still gotta listen to Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? You still gotta listen to these certain albums. And I think, just going back to the film analogy, you gotta look for great stories. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta live life. Sometimes you gotta get your heart broken. You know what I mean? Sometimes things have to happen for you to even make that kind of emotion. You know what I mean? The technology to me is kind of like, to me, like, the beats right now are better than ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You listen to some of the 90s beats, they were hard, you know what I mean? But some of these beats now, oh my God. The raps are worse than ever. but the beats are like incredible. So there's it's a real opportunity for somebody to come out really changing the game with flows, really changing the game and with beats, and really make something that no one's ever seen before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm real like hopeful for the future.
With that being said, how much emphasis is put on the person? Can that hurt an artist?
All artists have something to say. So if you don't got nothing to say, you're not an artist. If you come in, like, being like an artist is crazy. It's kind of like I'm living through something else. Like, I'm like this, and this are my expressions to the world. So if this is not you, and people know you for this, now you're stuck in here forever. You feel me? Like CB4, like I'm gotta be somebody every day that I'm not. That's a twisted way if you think about it. You know what I mean? The music I gotta make, the way I gotta move, you know what I mean? So
It's like a suit. It's like a Superman, like a cape that you gotta put on.
Every day. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't wanna do that. Like, if you're gonna be an artist, be as authentic to who you are, or you gotta live the rest of your career faking something you're not.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? That'll drive you crazy. So the best artists are the artists that are the most true to themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The artists who really tell from their pain, from their experiences.
You know, we're talking about art and we're talking about commerce. We're talking about we want to live, right? We want to feed our families, build some wealth, right? That's the commerce. The art don't necessarily have nothing to do with the commerce, right? Because when I go make some art, I don't care what nobody thinks. This is what I like. And I'm gonna see, do you like it? Do you not like it? Whatever. And then there's times where I know I'm not making what I like. I'm trying to make what somebody else like, because I'm gonna have some commerce. Them intentions are two totally different intentions. And I've said it before, like when I sit down and work with people, I go, are we going to get money or are we going to make art? Let's not confuse what we're gonna do, because the way to make money is different than the way to make timeless art. You know, you gotta use your creativity and your mind and your personality and dig deep for art. You know, you could copy things and make money. You know, the best painter, the painter that sells the most painters is the guy that paints the stop signs. You know.
Wow.
That's it. You know, you want to sell a lot of paintings, paint stop signs. They're gonna be everywhere in the world. Simple as that. That's what I call hits. They've been the same, man. They just recycled serviceable pieces of music that you can sprinkle some art on, or you can put some personality into it. But man, independence is total freedom. Record deals is not total freedom. They are commerce. They don't care about what you think. They want to make money. They're gonna invest money, they want to get some money.
You see artists that feel like they don't have to know who you are to be who they are. And like you said, go to your past to know your future. So do you feel like for us to be elder statesmen, do we have an obligation socially to them sometimes?
I think a lot of the older generation, we need to go to the newer generation and be like, just go out their way to show some love. You're like, nah, I really rock with you. I got this idea. You know, I think it'd be cool if you did this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's enough of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody's just living or what they did in the past. But I look at everything like sports, you know what I mean? Like if KD dropped 30 points a night last year, that don't translate to this year. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta drop 30 again every night.
Are rappers like judged by, you know, making a classic album to be great?
63 Camaro is a classic. It's a classic. You can't go make a 63 Camaro today and say, I'm trying to make a classic today. You just make a good car. Time will tell you that.
I don't really look at everybody that's out there that's popular to make classics. I look at them that they make good music. They make music that feels good, that a lot of people could relate to, even myself. You know, like you said, yo, if I see somebody that, you know, is a young G that's doing his thing, I may not love your music, but I respect you. I respect your music. Come on, say, yo, you did that. That shit is hard, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just all about acknowledgement. You know, when you try to put yourself on a certain plateau, it's like sometimes you could lose that way by trying to be something that, like you said earlier, being something that you're not. You know, don't be nothing that you're not. It's like, just continue to make great music. Classics come from a lot of listening and learning. You know, that respect is everything for me, you know what I mean? I'm always play that role when it comes to that. You know, I tell people all the time, like, you know, I make albums. I never really made, you know, singles. I never driven my career to be based on a single or based on 1 or 2 records or 3 records. It was always the body of work, but, you know, it's just all about good music, man. It's just, you gotta just keep going. And, you know, if you really out to make a classic, then you work hard to make one of those. You know, but if your lane is to be this, you know, you found your formula, keep your formula going. Right. You know, keep it going, you know? And that's what it's about.
That didn't always exist, right? I'm sure a lot of albums sold more first week than Thriller sold first week. So what? Who cares? Do you think they disappointed? You know what I'm saying? 100 million, whatever later, but then somebody else gonna, you know, twist the system, sell more first, or get a bigger reaction in the press now. It just, man, classic time will tell you. Another generation will tell you. The next generation will go, yo, I wasn't there, but I feel it. Because some of this stuff, you know, it's crazy, like, so I'm older. It was things that was classic to me, and I look at the kid, they don't know. They don't get it. They like, I'm supposed to play this? And I'm like, nah, but you wasn't there, man. You know, it was like this, and that changed the style, and then they did, and they like, word, for sure, good job.
Does some of the best does some of the best music come from desperation?
A lot of modern day classics, people, they like Dion was saying, they wasn't going out to make a classic. They were just trying to make the best shit possible. You know, like it's like classic to me. Like it's a great project, album, like Chief Keef's album, the first joint, Finally Rich. Yeah. That shit is hard. Like, and it still go up. I seen a whole floor break the other day. Like the floor broke out. You know, that wasn't off that album, but I was just kind of testing the time of like how certain artists are kind of underappreciated, to Dion's point, when they first come out. But as time goes along, people look back like, oh, that was that dude. You know, Chief Keef is like that, Kid Cudi's like that, you know what I mean? Cameron's like that, you know what I mean? They didn't get all the hype as soon as they came out. But then later down the road, people look back and like, oh, look at all the stuff that got influenced. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
oh man, I used to love her.
Right.
It wasn't like killing nothing.
Right.
We was still like, damn, we got a lot of work to do.
Right.
But 10 years later, you look at what was said, then it's like, oh.
It's real now.
You said that. Oh, now it's got value.
Right, man. Well, thank you all for being on this panel. It's been a great experience talking with you guys, man. I just want to give nothing but support to each and every one of y'all. Complex Conversations, New God Flow, how to make an album panel. You know what I mean? Thank you, fellas.